work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Hey farmers, join Boyk Farm Outfitters at Precision Planning's Winter Conference happening January 22nd and 23rd at Innovation Campus in Lincoln. At Winter Conference, they'll cover topics like fertilizer inputs, weed management, spraying technologies, and priorities of the planter pass, to name a few. It's your chance to see new research that'll put you and your farm ahead of the curve, and it's free to attend. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this event's for you. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot today.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full-service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to look at their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway. League One Volleyball is bringing the action to Omaha with Omaha's first serve on January 24th at 7 p.m. Central Time at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Witness history in the making as Love Omaha Volleyball takes on Love Madison in the team's inaugural home match. Be there to watch Olympic teammates Jordan Larson and Lauren Carlini go head-to-head in a battle of the world's best. Visit LOVBOMA.com for tickets starting at $31. Volleyball is the next major league.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Limitless Mail has redefined the little blue pill with our new ED trochees that melt in your mouth, delivering faster results so you can be spontaneous again. Once you try the Limitless Mail trochee, you won't go back to the little blue pill. Our trochees go right to the source through your bloodstream, leading to quicker, harder results. To experience the difference for yourself and your partner, schedule a free consult with the men's health experts at limitlessmail.com.
Welcome to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches
college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Over here. Good morning, folks, on this beautiful Thursday morning, January 3rd, 2025. January 2nd, 2025. Dude, I'm still getting my days mixed up and messed up. We got me and Nick holding it down here at the mothership. We got Raff and AG, I believe, that are on the line as well this morning. Good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
There you go. You guys know how much yesterday felt like a Sunday?
Probably a lot of time.
It was brutal. It was brutal.
I literally no idea what day it was yesterday, man. I was just like, I have no idea what's going on. No idea. It
was a holiday. Just know that.
Yes, indeed. I don't know about you guys. You normally don't start getting back into knowing what day it is until this Monday coming up. After this week is done.
Yeah.
You know, then I kind of know what's going on because it's still, I mean, even downtown, Nick, right now, it's pretty empty downtown right now still. You know, so it just seems things are out of sorts still right here. Raff, real quick, man, have the people in Alabama recovered yet from the Tide losing?
Yeah, not quite. I think they're still pushing. They're at their wits' end. I think they're not used to losing 4 games in a season. So,
yeah,
I'm sure Caleb DeBoer he's going to be on the hot seat. I think next year already.
Are you serious about that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dead serious.
Yeah, they're not pleased at all. So it's going to be interesting to see how next year plays out for the Crimson Tide.
Interesting.
AG, how was the tailgate there for the Baylor game?
Oh, it was cool. I hung out with my good friend and teammate Santana Dotson, who's a Baylor alum, a Baylor Bear. And no, it was fun, man. It was good atmosphere, good people chatting with some guys that it was actually mostly guys that were before me that were at Baylor that played. Actually, one guy, I forgot his name, but he played at Nebraska. He played at Nebraska for 1 year, then he transferred out down to Baylor. He went back home to Texas. So
not the quarterback.
He was there. No, he was a defensive back,
okay.
And he played around the same time as Sandman played, Broderick Thomas.
Okay.
And them. So yeah. So he's like, oh yeah, I know you. He said, I went to Nebraska for a year. He said, but I had to get out of it. It was too cold. He said, I had to go back to Texas, man. I had to get back home.
Speaking of that weather, Mother Nature said, all right, I gave you guys some nice temperatures all of December. Now it's time we bring out the single digits for the first week of January. It is going to be cold these next couple of days.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
I think the first runs are Tuesday. Is that coming up? So I'm sure they're happy.
Yeah.
The first what? I didn't hear you, right?
Oh, the runs of weather or whatever.
Oh, they give you sandwiches for the weather and the price or whatever. Okay. Yeah. It's places like that in Green Bay that would do that because if the below, if it's 2 degrees, that's what your sandwich or your pizza costs.
Exactly.
Like, I said they
or
losing
if you
a lot
get
of
300 yards
in.
passing in a game, you get a free runza, right, AD?
Yeah, Coach Osborne's never gonna let me forget that either, man.
I need text.
Explain. I must know this. Explain.
Oh, go ahead.
There was a game to where I caught a pass, my only pass ever in the history of my life, basically. And I was 2 or 3 yards short of Nebraska throwing for 200 yards. And if we would have thrown for 200 yards, Nebraska those who had the proper things would have got free runzas.
All the tickets.
Tickets.
Yeah.
So Coach Osborne kind of lets me slide. Coach Brown will never let me forget it, man. AD, all you have to do was just lunge for 2 more yards and you would have got that one. Great catch, making a move on air, something like that. So
it's called extra effort, man. Help the fans out, man.
Yeah,
you had to secure the catch.
My thing was just catching the ball first.
Yeah.
Runs is later.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to keep it somewhat on time today, and we're doing a great job of keeping it right now. You guys, just want to say again, I know you guys all knew this too. The 3:00 kickoff today will take place between Nick's Fighting Irish and the Georgia Bulldogs at 3:00. But we do want to give our extended thoughts and prayers to those folks that were victims of the terrorist attack yesterday in New Orleans. Not getting political, but it definitely was. To say otherwise would be senile. I've been to that area many times, and I kind of told you guys in our group text. Yeah. AG, I know you've been to New Orleans, and Raff, I know you have.
My dad's been there. So.
Yeah, it's a cool city, the Bourbon Street. But I've told the guys in group text, I've never felt comfortable 100% on Bourbon Street and down in the French Quarter because it's just different for me, man. I don't know if it's because of all the voodoo stuff or what, but it's cool to eat the food and things of that nature. But that's neither here nor there. My thoughts and prayers go with them because I can't imagine. And just seeing, I probably watched too much of it yesterday. Some of the video that were online, and just a person going down, reckless abandon, no care for human life whatsoever, going 100. I mean, not 100 miles per hour, but going as fast as he could, and just bulldozing people like that, man. So, it was just an eerie feeling for me all day yesterday, fellas.
Yeah. I mean, and when you say like uncomfortable for different reasons, not this reason, you know.
Oh no, not at all. Definitely not that.
Because I've been down in French Quarter. I've been to New Orleans several times between playing games and this on my own personally. And it's a fun city. You know, you go there to have a good time. Go watch a game. You know, obviously from time to time because the Super Bowl's there every 3 to 4 years. But yeah, for that situation there, it's just something like I'll open up one of my social media accounts and saw the live video, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? Like, oh man, I'm like, okay. This is French Quarter. I was trying to check out where it was, and I'm like, oh man, this is right downtown New Orleans. I said, oh,
Canal Street.
Something went down. I didn't see it right away in terms of the headlines, but I saw the video being played on my Instagram or TikTok or something, and it was like, I'm like, something went down. I don't know what exactly went down. And it started, I see people on the ground and stuff too. So I was like, well, this is going to change kickoff or move things back a little bit.
And obviously the New Orleans one's notable because that's where the football game's being played. But there was in the Super Bowl. But there's even one a mass shooting in Queens, New York last night.
Yes, there was
late last night. At least 10 or 11 people have been wounded because somebody opened fire outside of a nightclub up in Queens, New York. So I mean,
and you're just being in New York.
You had the stuff in Las Vegas. You had the dude that got pushed in front of the moving train in the subway down in New York just 2 or 3 days ago. You had the shooting in New York, and then obviously the stuff in New Orleans. It's a scary start to 2025.
It is, man. It brings things. Go ahead.
I was just saying, it sounds like scenes out of a movie, a government conspiracy movie that I've watched several times. It's like because what they do in the movie from a terrorist standpoint, they figure to distract the government by having so many different events around the country happen at the same time.
Absolutely.
That kind of throws everybody off haywire because this event happens in Texas. This event happens in New Orleans. This event happens in, like you said, New York City. It's just, I said that's kind of eerie right there. For sure.
Well, we're glad we got some sports to discuss to give you a little bit of all of you a distraction for us, a distraction as well. There was a lot of sports that took place. When we come back, folks, we got a lot to present it for you. It is Thursday. It is January 2nd. We'll be right back. It's The Drive.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Empower a child today with a Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
League One Volleyball is bringing the action to Omaha with Omaha's first serve on January 24th at 7 p.m. Central Time at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Witness history in the making as Love Omaha Volleyball takes on Love Madison in the team's inaugural home match. Be there to watch Olympic teammates Jordan Larson and Lauren Carlini go head-to-head in a battle of the world's best. Visit lovboma.com for tickets starting at $31. Volleyball is the next major league.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you can trust.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. The electrical workers of local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks. All right, folks, we are back on this January 2nd. Husker women's basketball is coming back home, thank God.
Yeah.
Because the West Coast was not kind to Nebraska. We discussed the loss they had to UCLA earlier, but they had a game against USC where they dropped against number 4 USC 75-55. And that game was going on the same time as against the same time as the was it the Oregon Ohio State? What was the first game?
Oregon. It was going on during the Oregon Ohio State game.
It was going on.
Yes.
Going on. So I was kind of just flicking back and forth, and I just kept keeping up on my phone. But gentlemen, Logan initially, she chipped in 14 yesterday, had 4 3-pointers. Britt Prince, she had 10 points in, 8 rebounds. But man, there's a certain player on USC's team. You guys know who I'm referring to?
Player of the Year candidate.
Oh yeah, they got a Juju.
Yes, they got Juju. They got a lot of Juju. They had Juju Watkins did her thing. She led all players with 26 points on yesterday as USC went to 13-1 overall and 3-0 in the conference. Kiki, our friend, she pitched in 14 points and 6 rebounds for USC as well. But Nebraska, I mean, they kept it close, you guys. And then I was watching the recap. YouTube, you just kind of recap it. Nebraska went completely cold at the wrong time. In the USC ends up going on a 12-0 run, but Nebraska could hit the broadside of a barn for a while. Only shot about 34% overall.
Yeah, that's what happened against UCLA. Similarly, right, where Nebraska was down, I believe, against UCLA 37-30 at half. I mean, firmly in the game, and then kind of it was a mix of UCLA just being the more talented team in the third quarter, and then USC, similar to yesterday, started just to pull away from Nebraska in the third and in the later stages. That is what, I mean, we talk about it a lot, defines whether you're football, basketball, baseball, late stages of the game. Are you able to stay productive and stay the better team out of the two? And the last 2 games, Nebraska hasn't been able to. There's been a lot of growth in the last 2 weeks. I mean, remember, they're doing all this without Natalie Potts. Natalie Potts, one of Nebraska's best players, is out for the year with that knee injury. And so there's some people that have had to step up. Certainly, Britt Prince is a phenom as a freshman. She's still learning about the college game and the jump from high school when she was playing at Elkhorn North. There's a lot of growth that is being made, especially these last 3 games when you include the road game against Georgia Tech, who is a top 20 team as well.
You guys, AG and Raff, I want you both to chime in on this, man, in that, Nebraska's now that puts them at 10-4. I mean, they're still doing just fine. But do you think it's a good barometer for them to go with that West Coast to go out there? You play the number 1 team, you play the number 4 team. You kind of see where you're at because Nebraska was sitting, I believe, at 21 or 22 prior to this weekend, those 2 games. Does it give you a good barometer what you got to improve on coming back home and playing against Penn State?
Yeah, definitely. I was just going to say that it's a good gauge for them. I know the results are not what they wanted and the scores probably were not what they wanted, but you get that gauge. Like I've always felt that if you play the best teams, then you can gauge where your team's at. I just don't think you get anything out of, playing, these teams that are not, up to your level, and then you win by 30. It doesn't give you that gauge for your team's at. So I've always been one that I want to play the best team just so I know where I am at and where I need to go.
Exactly. 100%. It's playing the best. You find out where you lie, but then also the players that got to step in for players that are not in, like you mentioned, AD, that helps them, gain that experience. Because I was just talking to a few athletes over the break here, where the better you get, you find out when you go against the top-notch players.
Right.
And for Amy, Coach Williams there, I think they definitely revel that. They want that to happen because then when we get the players that are injured back, even though it's going to be a year, now those players got time. They got those reps in. And so if that ever comes up where they got to come into the game, they can then, they understand what needs to get done. They're not behind the 8 ball anymore, catching up, playing against a good team on the road like a USC or UCLA won't be much of a stretch then because they have all the reps in. And that's something that when the player, and that's where they build confidence as well amongst themselves, when they could go out there and play ball against anybody. And with Big Ten play coming up, we want this, I say for the ladies, they want this kind of be that go-on game to get some confidence back between everybody and go out there and play some big games against some good teams that they're going to start facing real soon.
Raff, to your point, Raff, it's kind of interesting. I wonder how much that conversation of whether or not you'd rather play, the better competition. I wonder how much of that is altered by the sport. And what I mean by that is in football specifically, I am firmly with you. I think in basketball, and not to switch sides, men's basketball for Nebraska is a perfect example. Last year, they needed somewhat of not a cakewalk, but they needed a more maybe friendlier schedule in the non-con just to get things going. And in basketball, it's so bizarre because there's actual metrics that value losses. And so like to Raff's point, from a program standpoint, I think you're absolutely right. Like if you're Amy Williams or if you're Troy Dannon and you need to assess where your program is at, then I think it's great to be able to do that against the USC and UCLA and Georgia Tech in 3 consecutive games. But if you're Amy Williams saying, I just want to make the NCAA tournament, I think that conversation's a little different because you could be 13-0 and then you're having the weird conversation that doesn't seem real about does a win against a quad 3 opponent mean just as much as a loss against a quad 1 opponent? And it's just a weird situation that we're rewarded. Yeah, it's just kind of bizarre because I think in the sport like in football, where you don't have the net or the RPI, it doesn't matter as much. And I think you're absolutely right about you want to see how you measure up against those better teams. But in basketball, you could be a 9-7 team, 6 quad 1 losses, and you might not make the tournament because you had such a gauntlet of a schedule.
Yeah, I say that's when you either do one or two things. Real simple. You either when you could try to get high in the conference play, when it comes to the tournament for Big Ten or SEC, ACC, or make sure when you need to win certain games, if it does come down to that, you win those games. You make sure those players are prepared. You get ready for the teams that are in front of you, regardless of who's on their roster and not on their roster. Those are the 2 simple ways you alleviate that type of situation, which you explained there, Nick.
In Nebraska, I tell you what, they got outscored 36 actually to 21 going into third and fourth quarter. So you're not going to win any games doing that unless you had a hell of a lead going in the first half as far as that goes. Nebraska finishes off shooting 34% to USC's 45%. And everything else was somewhat even, but I'll tell you another key factor, you guys, was turnovers. Nebraska uncharacteristically had 18 turnovers yesterday, which, you look at that, how many points they lost by. Those and USC converted on quite a few of those, but 18 turnovers is going to hurt you every time you touch the floor of that. So I expect the Amy Williams team to improve bounce back from that. They got Penn State that they have coming up this weekend. I believe that game is. So I know they're looking for it. And Penn State's up 9-5. I think the record is right now. Looked last night 9-5. And this weekend at 2 p.m. is when they play. And it's also alumni weekend for both men's and women's. Coming in.
Big one.
It's a big one this weekend. So I look for Nebraska to rebound, and it'll be good for them to be home because think about it, they stayed out on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Because they played that game on the 29th. They weren't going to fly away back here to play a game 2 days later. Yeah, those girls, I'm sure I'm going to be welcome to get back to Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Guys, before we get to break, we got to tell the folks about a new friend of ours on the station who's going to be working with the drive. Jack Russell,
Absolutely.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. He's been an agent with FBFS for 25 years. Since 1999, Jack Russell has been helping people out, making sure that the things that are most important to them are protected. We're talking insurance. We're talking auto. We're talking home, faith, or family, farms. It doesn't matter. Jack Russell has you covered. Visit them online at fbfs.com. Jack Russell, friend of us here on the drive, and now an official friend of 93.7 The Ticket. So make sure you're going to be hearing a lot about Jack Russell. We'll be talking a lot about him. Develops relationships, cares about you as a human. That's what he cares about. Jack Russell, FBS Farm Bureau Financial Services.
Much
Did
appreciated.
he start working there when he was 10? Isn't he only 35?
That's right.
He actually started off. He actually has a degree in architecture.
Is that right?
He started in architecture. Lived in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for a while.
Did not know that about Jack.
Originally from Seward, Nebraska, but became was an architect for a while. It's like, yeah, this is not for me.
Yeah,
and so had a very successful run, of course, with FBS Farm Bureau. So appreciate you, Jack.
25 years.
25 years, man.
25 years. Been an agent since 1999. So there's somebody with the experience that you need, Jack Russell at Farm Bureau Financial Services.
It's my guy.
There you go.
There it is.
Folks, we'll be right back with history and a whole bunch of college football. A whole bunch of college football. Can't wait. We'll be right back, folks. This is Drive.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about trading up. Not what you're thinking. You could never trade her in, but you can trade up her stone if you like. Signify the growth of your love, the challenges you have overcome, or any part of your love journey by trading up her diamond. Whether it's been 5 years, 25 years, or 50, say it with a bling. Big love, big bling. We got you. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday sales event is now underway with unbelievably low interest rates and huge discounts on both our new and pre-owned inventory. Right now, we're offering 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. These are the absolute biggest discounts of the year. You heard right, 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. So please stop on in or check us out online at CoppelCars.com. All deals with approved credit, must trade, and Costco.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
New year, new you? Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping can help make sure you keep that resolution this time. Our proven system combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition, along with our expert coaching to make sure you're moving forward toward your goals. The next 10-week challenge starts January 11th, but if you enroll now, you can start today and get a head start on those gains for no extra cost. Plus, head to fxblincoln.com and you can save $100. Don't wait. Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of snow this morning. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies with a high around 35. Tonight, increasing clouds with a low around 20. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies with light winds and a high around 30. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy new year. They are thankful for many things from 2023 and hope that 2024 brings prosperity for you and starts off well for everyone in your life. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Having diabetes doesn't have to ruin your new year. Join a Nebraska-supported program like Living Well with Diabetes. You'll learn how to manage your symptoms, feel more confident, and reduce stress about your diagnosis. Search Nebraska Living Well with Diabetes and click on the DHHS Healthy Living Programs page to learn more. Paid for by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back, folks, on this 2025 live January 2nd from the mothership here at 1040 O Street. Folks, if you are downtown, if you have to be at work or if you're just off, come down to the Mill Coffee Shop. Plenty of space for writing, reading, chilling, meeting, whatever you want to do. There's plenty of room down here at 1040. Luke and his team will take great care of you with a number of beverages and food options and also some gear. You can also get some 93.7 gear as well while you're down here. So definitely come visit. It's not very busy at all. So parking would not be an issue on this morning. It would not be an issue this morning.
It's cold.
Well, folks, this history segment, everyone's heard about testosterone replacement therapy, but how do you know who to trust? Ageless Men's Health is the nation's leader in testosterone and weight loss. No upselling, no unnecessary supplements, just real solutions. With a team of registered nurses and nurse practitioners, they look at your whole health and create a playbook you'll understand. They use the best products, including HCG, to keep your body safe and protect your fertility. This is the best team in the game, and they're ready to earn your trust. Google Ageless Men's Health Lincoln and check out their 175 plus 5-star reviews. In Husker history, this is the first time it has been done in Husker history. 2009, Nebraska plays against Arizona in the Holiday Bowl. Do you guys remember what that score was, Raff or AG? Because I didn't say Nick because Nick, you've been too young. If you remember that game.
And what year?
2009.
2009.
Anybody remember we played Arizona?
Yep.
Can you think of what that score would have been?
Was it something to that? 29-0? No.
Close.
I wouldn't know. No, I'm not good with that.
33-0.
Oh, nice.
33-0. Nebraska, the Huskers, we've registered our first ever bowl shutout, 33-0 pacing of Arizona in the Holiday Bowl. Check out these stats. Matt O'Hanlon was the MVP of that game.
I think he had
I remember Matt.
Brett Foles was Nick Foles was the quarterback.
Nick Foles was the Arizona.
For Arizona. Nice.
Yep. He was the AZ quarterback, and Nebraska held him to 6 first downs on 109 yards of total offense. 6 first downs. So 2009 beatdown for today's history. Raff,
did Bo say we were back, or didn't he get up on stage? He had a pretty fiery speech, I think, after the game, too, saying that Nebraska was back or something like that.
Well, it was that, but then the very next year, unfortunately, Nebraska played in a bowl game that Bo did not want to be a part of against Washington in the Holiday Bowl. Because that was a 6-6 Washington team the following year that in the same very bowl, Nebraska was 10-2 going into that game, and they got set up against a Washington team led by Jake Locker at quarterback, and Steve Sarkisian was the Washington head coach, and Nebraska lost 19-7 to a 6-6 Washington
That was
team.
a bad night. That was a bad night right there.
Always got prepared for your opponent. That's one true thing.
There it is.
What you got, Rafferty?
Well, guys, my history for today is this. I think this day in Nebraska football history is one of the most important days in the history of Nebraska football. On this day in 1984, Nebraska goes for 2 in Miami.
Oh,
does not win.
Hey,
that's one. Now I'm going to go to the next year, or not the next year. I'm going to go up a few years. This day in 1996, Nebraska defeats Florida 62-24.
Ooh, yes, indeed.
But then I'm going to go up a few more years. On this day in 1998, Tom Osborne coaches his last game for Nebraska. Some number 30 character played in his last game for Nebraska.
Yeah.
Nebraska wins against Tennessee, wins the national championship. No matter what Michigan says, Nebraska won the national championship.
Yeah. I still have that argument with Charles Wilson when I see him. I was like, bro, we would destroy y'all. We would have actually flew to y'all. We would have flew to California and beat y'all down. And he's like, AG, man, slow down with that. I said, no. I said, this is personal now. I was like, between the posters and what we did to Tennessee, they gonna still give y'all the cut. I was like, we just wanted to come out there and just prove it, just prove a point and shut everybody down. Man, y'all, our defense is too tough. I'm like, we didn't throw the ball. Like, what was you gonna be a non-factor? you was a non-factor in that game. Just know that. He's like, whatever. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So that's just our conversation. Every years go by. Hey, what's up? Hey, Orange Bowl, 1998. He'd be like, shut up, Ahman.
And then what makes this day, I think, for me, what kicks it up to a whole new level is on this day, and I got to make sure I got my year correct here, just because I don't want to mess up. And this day in 2000, Nebraska defeats Tennessee in the Fiesta Bowl 31-21, which I believe that team was the best team in the country to conclude the year. I think they would have beat Florida State and they would have beat Virginia Tech. And if Nebraska would have just defeated Texas that year in the regular season, they would have played for the national championship. And I don't think you would have had any of the craziness that you've had over the last 20 plus years if Nebraska won the national championship in 2000.
Yeah.
IQ Cruz says, was this the day 30 years ago? There was a celebration rally at Devaney. There, we had some celebrations back there, man.
Oh yeah, it was the day, because the Orange Bowl would have been the first on 94, and then the
New Year's
Devaney.
Day.
Were you there, AD? I believe. Did you go back for that one, or did you?
I came back for the team. Yeah.
Yeah, you were back for that one. It was the bus the year previous, right?
Yep. It was a good time, man. Many lives ago now. AG, what you got, my man?
Yeah, I got a little bit of history in esports. So going back to 1947, so the very first electronic game known as the cathode ray tube amusement device. So actually the device, it was invented in 1947 by Thomas T. Goldsmith Jr. and Estelle Ray Mann. Man, you don't get names like that anymore.
No.
Just got to say that real quick in this quick description of esports history. It allowed players to control a light beam with dials to simulate firing artillery. So similar to like asteroids, basically, marking the earliest form of interactive video game. So although never released to the public, this creation laid the groundwork for further gaming innovations down the line. So there you
1947.
Hey, AG, question for you. Do you have an Xbox Series S or X laying around?
I have both. Yes. What's up?
I'm thinking about purchasing one because I want to play this flight simulator game that came out.
Oh. So what's your question?
I don't know. Well,
I would say either one would be fine. I'd say if you're saying like which one will have the better graphics, I have both. It doesn't matter. So
Merry Christmas to Nick.
Oh, you want me to just sing you one of mine? Hey, if I basically wasn't an esports historian or video game historian, I would send you an Xbox, but it's hard. I learned a hard lesson. One of my nephews molded me, shaped me as a young adult where I was like 14. I was being nice. I was being a good uncle to one of my nephews. and I gave them my NES, Nintendo Entertainment System.
Oh yeah.
And I told this story. A few weeks later, I went over to my sister's house to play. Like, hey, let's throw up some Tecmo Bowl or something. And the controllers were dismantled by my 2 young nieces, my nephew's sisters.
Boy.
And I was like, oh, I said, oh, what happened to the controllers? The girls got to it, man. I'm like, oh my God. My heart hurt. I was like, no, never again.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Folks, we are taking it to break. When we come back, we got plenty of college football to discuss because there is a lot of it. It's The Drive, 937 a ticket. We'll be right back.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up
But why?
because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
League One Volleyball is bringing the action to Omaha with Omaha's first serve on January 24th at 7 p.m. Central Time at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Witness history in the making as Love Omaha Volleyball takes on Love Madison in the team's inaugural home match. Be there to watch Olympic teammates Jordan Larson and Lauren Carlini go head-to-head in a battle of the world's best. Visit lovboma.com for tickets starting at $31. Volleyball is the next major league.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you can trust.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday sales event is now underway with unbelievably low interest rates and huge discounts on both our new and pre-owned inventory. Right now, we're offering 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. These are the absolute biggest discounts of the year. You heard right, 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. So please stop on in or check us out online at CoppellCars.com. All deals with approved credit must trade in Costco.
Are you a veteran looking for a new companion animal? A dog, a cat, or maybe something else? The Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs Vets Get Pets program can cover up to $350 of your pet adoption fees. Visit veterans.nebraska.gov/vetsgetpets to learn more about program requirements and how to apply. Want to help support the program? Get your Vets Get Pets specialty license plates from the Nebraska DMV. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of snow this morning. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies with a high around 35. Tonight, increasing clouds with a low around 20. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies with light winds and a high around 30. I'm meteorologist Kyle Puckett for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henry's at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back on this January 2nd, first show for us, 2025. And I'll tell you what, but it was the last for a lot of teams that played in the bowl games this weekend. Nick, Raff, and AG, I want to talk about the Ohio State beatdown first. Did any of you guys see them beating Oregon like that?
No. Be honest, no. Straight up.
No, sir.
I saw a good game. And Oregon winning, not by, probably maybe by a touchdown or so, but not like this. I mean, so what I say in terms of Coach Day, they did their job. They had to get their players ready, get them over the Michigan loss and come out of that when they had a couple weeks. So I think that time alone, that 2 weeks or whatever it was beneficial because they reset. They hit the reset button and they did it on Oregon, and Oregon found out. As some people say, they messed around and found out. So
yes, they did. AG, you did it. I think you're spot on with Ryan Day. And remember, this was not only just a few weeks ago that talking to my cousins in Columbus, there's like, you know what, there's an outcry to fire this dude after the Michigan game. Obviously there was, nothing reality to it as far, but just the outcry. And you look at how they responded. You look at these stats, Raff and AG, 500 total yards to 276, Oregon. That Ohio State has on that. 181 rushing yards. Oregon has minus 23 rushing yards. Ohio State sacked that man 8 times. Raff, it was a complete domination, bro.
Yeah, it was nuts. I'm sure there's a lot of Ohio State fans right now going, maybe it's good we did not fire Ryan Day right after the Michigan game, but
they might be the only fan base that wants to fire a coach after winning a title. I mean, like, there's you said there, guys. Now, part of the Oregon statistics, it's important to note context, right? Jordan James, their best. I mean, their starting running back was out after I think the first quarter. He hurt himself, had to go back to the locker room, and then Tez Johnson was not 100%. They were checking his neck out on the sideline. He's going to be a top 2 round type of receiver in the upcoming draft, and he was out with an injury as well. So he was playing, but he was not 100%. So I did not see it in the fashion of 41-21, but I mean, guys, holy smokes, Jeremiah Smith is out of all of the Ohio State wide receivers, the long lineage of NFL draft selections, Marvin Harrison, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, who had over 340 yards in the Rose Bowl that he played in. Emeka Ibuka, you can go down the list. Yeah. He might be the best.
Yeah, he's a problem. He's only a freshman too. A true freshman.
7 catches, 187 yards, 2 touchdowns. And it just wasn't, gentlemen, what he did like just on the deep routes. No. It was just the whole tree.
And it almost appeared that Chip Kelly, and this is going to sound like a joke or like facetious coming across. I don't mean it this way. It sounded like it looked like Chip Kelly realized, okay, wait, we have probably the best receiver in the country. We can throw it to him because the guy had 114 receiving yards after the first quarter. You look at like what they tried to do against Michigan. It's the complete opposite of what they tried to do against Tennessee and Oregon. And it's once again, both of those have featured Jeremiah Smith extensively. It's like the Buckeyes realized and Chip Kelly go, oh, we have big number 4 on our team. We should use it.
Yeah. To me,
the Nebraska game was the same way. He had the one long pass, and you're thinking to yourself, oh man, if they keep on throwing to him all game, we are in trouble. And it's almost like they were shy a little bit.
Yeah, maybe because of his age, him being a freshman. But all I saw and all I heard commentary wise was like, man, this kid is beyond his years. When you see the size of him as a receiver, he's physically threatening. When I'm hearing this comments, it's like, why don't you know this as a coaching staff? And when he's on the field, it's like, how can you forget about him? That's where we saw a couple plays against us, but then with other teams, not that they're trying to forget about him, just he's a hard guy to cover. He's physical. Most DBs, I don't say they're not physical. I just say with his size, he makes it a problem trying to contain him man to man or even zone covers because he's going to outwit and out physical your DBs trying to go up for a high ball, or even after the catch. He catches the ball. He's not an easy guy to tackle after that. And you saw that on his big run that he had in the first half. He got the ball cut between the DB and the other receiver trying to block him, and he went right through that and scored the touchdown. So when you have players like that physically that are dominant at this level, then now it's just the sky's the limit for him in the next coming years. And currently for the playoffs, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how they continue to use him in the next couple of rounds.
And then also too, that makes it more difficult is you can't really double team him a ton because they go to the other side because Emeka is so good.
Ibuka even he had 5 for 72 yesterday as well. Nick, let's talk about Will Howard.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy looked like he had lost his dog after the Michigan game, like all of them did. And rightfully so. That was a game they know. And I think they came in with a bad taste in their mouth. But Nick, this guy, Will Howard, 17 of 26, 319 yards, 3 TDs, and couldn't even get on stage afterwards.
Yeah, Will's been exceptional these last 2 weeks. I mean, this is when you say, why doesn't a program want to bring in an experienced quarterback through the portal? This is why. I mean, like, this is the perfect example. Might not have had the best regular season. He was fine, right? But I think also, I go back and while Will Howard deserves a lot of credit, I go back to once again like Chip Kelly. Like it feels like a situation, and AG, you'll understand this reference. It's when you get into like year 4 of a franchise on Madden and you get all these awesome free agents and your team is just stacked and you're like, I got so many options, I don't know where to go. I think that's where Ohio State kind of was, as silly as it sounds, because it was this thing of we have Ohio State. Ohio State has not only probably one of the top running backs in the country going into the portal last year in Travion Henderson. He's back for another season, but then they add in Quinshon Judkins, who was the number 1 running back. So now you have probably 2 of the best top 5 running backs in the country on your roster. And then you add in a 5-star in Jeremiah Smith, but don't worry, because that brings back Emeka Ibuka. You added one of the best centers in all of college football in Seth McLaughlin, who got hurt, unfortunately. You brought in on the defense Caleb Downs, who is a unanimous All-American as a sophomore, which is unheard of. But sticking on the offensive side, still down farther on the depth chart, you got a guy like Carnell Tate, who would be a wide receiver 1 in 85% of other college football programs. So I feel like it was the situation of we don't know which star to get the ball in the hands of, because all of them can win us football games.
Yeah.
And that's what you want as an offense. You want where you keep the defense completely honest, where like if you're going to play man, this is the problem you're going to have. Hey, by the way, if you're going to try to put 9-10 guys in the box to stop our run game, this is what you're going to have a problem with. Oh, but you know what? If you want to sit back and play zone, this is the problem you're going to have. So when you do that to a defense, doesn't matter what level of sport of football, you're creating issues for that DC and the defensive players to work very hard to make it a competitive game, to keep their team in the game from their point of view.
Did you guys see what Jeremiah Smith said earlier this week? He was like, "Hey, listen, look, he goes, if you're going to go ahead and go in man, and we're going to take shots." And there was something about being able to back that up. Yeah. That Jeremiah Smith, I mean, Cam Scatterbo for Arizona State did a similar thing there. But it was just like one of those things of if you're Oregon, they looked lost. Oregon looked lost
because they never been behind the 8 ball like this.
Never.
They were 13-0 going in this game, and obviously I haven't watched all their games. I just knew their scores, to being undefeated, winning the Big Ten, all that fine, good stuff for them. But the question is, obviously, how would they react in that situation? Being behind. And so they reacted. You saw 21 points. So they did kind of react to it. But defensively, they could not stop the onslaught there. But it's the question is, when you have a front running team, not saying they're a front running team, just saying when you're behind, how are you going to react? Because you're going to have the moments, that get tested. We had those moments during a few times during our season. So when you react to being down, that's where you find out you're a better team.
Well, there's something to be said as we put a bow on this one. I'll hop to the next one. Ohio State obviously dominates Oregon 41-21. And I think something else to be said is that, you know what? Will Howard's jersey was clean, was not sacked one time in that game yesterday compared to 8 sacks. And Ohio State's defense just caused havoc for Dan Lanning and the Ducks there in that game yesterday. Texas, Arizona State. Fellas, we're going to jump right to it. Me and Nick and Raff and DF and Jay Foreman, we got in a spirited. It was a very spirited. I was kind of poking the bear on Nick. We're on the. You're
lucky. I even showed up this morning.
I was lucky. on the targeting call. Yes, it was targeting.
Yeah, 100% it was.
That's what you said yesterday.
No,
hey, tell the truth, AD. What you say yesterday? Better tell the truth.
Here's what I said yesterday. I said, look, I had no problem if they didn't call it, because they've been so inconsistent all year. Would you agree with me on that, Nick?
Yeah, but yes. Yeah,
it was definitely targeting.
That's not what we got in the argument.
I want to hear Nick's side of this, though. I want to hear Nick's side of this.
Go ahead, AD.
But here's what I said at first, because first time I seen him, I'm like, was he really defenseless? Then we see it again. I was like,
I set the freeze frame.
You set the freeze frame.
I set the freeze frame.
And I started, and I put the laugh emoji, and the helmet was clearly a portrait of the helmet. What I'm saying is the defender didn't have it. The way he led, he was tackling tried with the shoulder. But the reality is this, though. It was head-to-head. I mean, you have to call it. You absolutely have to call it. What I was saying is I wouldn't have cared if they didn't call it, because they've been so inconsistent all year. And not just in college, not just the Big Ten officiating crew. Well, although the worst.
It was NFL, too.
All across football.
Yeah.
It's been horrible. They've not been – my thing is be consistent with it.
I mean, I saw it instantly. I said, this is going to be a first down.
They need to get rid of it.
Raff, you can't get rid of it.
You can't get rid of it.
Yeah, you can. You just get rid of it. I mean, think of it this way. We talk about, like AD said, like that play that he was okay not calling it because you really didn't want it to affect the game. But look at it last week, Arizona State safety that had to sit out the first half. You affected that game by making him sit out that first half. So you can't go one way and say, well, we don't want it to affect the game here, but we affected the game there. So you might as well just get rid of it because nobody knows what it is, because a lot of that call early in the season, I guarantee you he's out of the game, but they were like, oh, this is a big game. We don't want it to affect the game that way, but you already had affected the game. So I say get rid of it.
You want to know why? You don't want to know why they didn't call it? It's because it was on Texas.
Yeah,
I mean, let's be 100% honest.
Hey,
here.
to the Texas fans out there, you got to be honest. Since you had my man Brown that had 2 seconds put back on the clock against you, I mean, Texas gets those calls, man.
Think about the narratives from the talking people at ESPN so far this offseason or this bowl season towards the SEC. Think about the corporate money. Think about the uproar, not only social media wise, but also if the SEC is out of the playoff, if the SEC doesn't have a team that makes the semifinals, the uproar when it's on their network. So here's the thing. Here's what I would say. This is where I want to explain my side on our conversation yesterday, because there was a text about how it was like you can only call it when it's egregious. Well, that's the whole point of targeting, though, is that when a hit is deemed egregious. My issue with the no call was you had a dude lead in with his helmet. You can pause it, and there is not a single piece of his body touching the player. He's not wrapping. It's not like a Nate Gary against UCLA deal. He wasn't wrapping around the UCLA player while his helmet hit first. It was straight launch into a defenseless receiver, head hit of the defender, hit the helmet of the defenseless receiver first with nothing else. That was it. Right there. That's targeting by definition.
Yeah. Well, the best
makes it egregious.
The best too about it is they talk about, oh, we have targeting for player safety, and the player's on the field injured, and then they still come back and say no. So I'm just like, just get rid of it. You don't care to begin with. So
and you know what, Chief? If that would have been Texas' Marcus Golden who was making that catch, and an ASU defender hitting him, they would have arrested the guy from ASU.
And let's be 100% honest. And let's be 100% honest here. But Arizona State should not have been in that game. Texas allowed Arizona State. I look at this and I say Ohio State by double digits against Texas if Texas doesn't play more discipline than they did yesterday. It started right off the bat on Arizona State's first possession. The roughing the kicker call, or the running into the kicker call. They had multiple face masks. They had multiple defensive holds in the end zone. They had a couple of pass interferences in the end zone. They turned over the football. Like, Texas allowed Arizona State to get back into that game. Now, that's no discredit to ASU, but all ESPN said the entire game was, look, they got 60 pounds of advantage on the offensive line, and Arizona State was still able to do stuff. Like, that is well, but that's what I'm getting at is the narratives. You have to, you got like the
exactly
drives all. And if that is why that they didn't make that call, I understand it was a Big Ten officiating crew. I understand that it was not conference bias from the officiating crew. But if you don't think for 1 second that if ESPN had to handle a playoff that didn't even have an SEC team in the semis, if Notre Dame's able to beat Georgia this afternoon, things would get dicey and be really uncomfortable.
You know, Corey says, good morning to you, Corey. It was targeting in today's rules for sure, but I don't think it should be. That pass is one that used to be risk for the QB to throw for the receiver. It's a good point. But it's now turned into a risk for the secondary just trying to tackle the guy instead of letting the opponent go by. Thunder not.
No, because you can lead with the shoulder.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole point of this is lead with the shoulder. Don't lead with the helmet. We've seen technically sound tackles time and time again. And we saw a lot of them yesterday. I saw Ernest Hausman do one against Alabama on whatever day it was. My days are messed up. Monday, right? Like, we see technically sound and fundamental tackles all the time that deliver a pop.
Right.
It's the head-to-head. And to Corey's point, yeah, you know what? I texted you guys this. Sam Levitt throws more hospital balls than any other quarterback in the country.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, that man throws
like
more.
how you said hospital balls.
Hey, that man throws so many hospital balls, and wide receivers are just going across the middle, and Sam Levitt's like, here's a ball, and then bam, defend. But it's still the rule is in place for a reason, and that was the pure definition of a defenseless receiver. And it's really unfortunate that even after looking at it, they still got it wrong.
Unknown Texas 3764. Good morning. He's our Texas guy. He goes, guys, us Texas fans greatly enjoy. He reminded everyone that it was the Horns that prevented the national championships in 96, 99. He goes, sounds like haters hating on Texas, by the way. Good luck, Ohio State and Dallas. And you know, Unknown Texas 3764, Ohio State is going to have their hands full at the Cotton Bowl in Texas. It's gonna be rough, man.
Yeah, they just but they to Raff, like to you, Raff, what you said, like I get what you're saying and why, but you cannot take that rule out. It still protects the players at the end of the day. And yes, it's a mishap. That for their narrative reasons to do that, they're wrong to have that because that is it's obviously targeting. They're gonna miss it because they want to keep the shareholders happy. That's unfortunate. That's what I'll say about that because you cannot take that rule away because for a referee staff that's going to enforce it later down the line in the years to come in terms of the games for the rest of this season and on to the next following seasons, you got to keep that rule in play. And just you got to make sure you got a referee staff that's going to execute it right and it's going to call it right and not just be looking at knowing that in the back of their head like, oh, if we don't have this team in this game. No, this is where when things happen like this and it's controlled by certain entities, it just takes the fun out of watching sports because then somebody's controlling it on the back end.
What's funny too about this too is it's amazing how these things tend to pop up again and again.
Yeah.
So it would not surprise me in a game later on down the line, maybe in the next week or two, we have the same exact call and they end up enforcing the penalty, and then they're going to look back on this game and be like, well, why didn't you do it here? It always happens.
And they go through it. The referees actually go through their training and they get disciplined as well. They'll get people, referees will be taken away from being at the Big Ten level, high level, and then taken down where they are doing so many games. They might even get demoted down to high school and be like, hey man, you got some work to do because this play was somewhere where a player got hurt, and regardless of what it dictated in the game, we're starting off with player safety first when you make a call or when you look at this in the long run.
What you just said, AG and Raff, and Nick, basically said the same thing, and it's that there's got to be consistency, and I think there's also got to be accountability to when you blow calls like this. Because, like I said, Raff, I know what you meant by saying just don't have it, but you got to have something in play for the protection of the players because that's why we have the whole concussion protocol, the helmets, and things of that nature. Yeah. You throw all that out the window if you don't have anything there. Yeah. So you got to have something there, but you got to be consistent. We're going to talk more about this and also this afternoon's game at 3:00 as well. That is going to be a heck of a game. So we'll discuss that as well and some more of this before we come back. But when we come back, folks, it's The Drive, January 2nd. We'll be right back.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henry's at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Allow me to get a bit sappy. For women, jewelry isn't just a gift. It's a timeless symbol of love and appreciation. You have to get this right. No fleeting trends or gadgets will make the impact. Every time she wears it, every time she gets a compliment, you win. Trust me, guys, you'll get your money worth. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of snow this morning. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies with a high around 35. Tonight, increasing clouds with a low around 20. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies with light winds and a high around 30. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you a veteran looking for a new companion animal? A dog, a cat, or maybe something else? The Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs Vets Get Pets program can cover up to $350 of your pet adoption fees. Visit veterans.nebraska.gov/vetsgetpets to learn more about program requirements and how to apply. Want to help support the program? Get your Vets Get Pets specialty license plates from the Nebraska DMV. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
New year, new you? Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping can help make sure you keep that resolution this time. Our proven system combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition, along with our expert coaching to make sure you're moving forward toward your goals. The next 10-week challenge starts January 11th, but if you enroll now, you can start today and get a head start on those gains for no extra cost. Plus, head to fxblincoln.com and you can save $100. Don't wait. Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you can trust.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday sales event is now underway with unbelievably low interest rates and huge discounts on both our new and pre-owned inventory. Right now, we're offering 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. These are the absolute biggest discounts of the year. You heard right, 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. So please stop on in or check us out online at CoppelCars.com. All deals with approved credit must trade in Costco.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. Let me ask you this before we get into the Georgia Notre Dame game, real quick. What changes would you make to the targeting rule and the lack thereof? IQ Crew goes, and IQ Crew, you got a great point. Good morning to you, brother. He goes, how many times did Rule get a call from the Big Ten about a missed or wrong call? Can't have that situation in the win or go home playoffs. You can't. I mean, IQ Crew, you're exactly right. My biggest concern, you guys, let each one of you guys go quick before we hop into the Notre Dame Georgia game. My problem with the targeting, you got to have it. But that's why I said yesterday it wouldn't have bothered me either way because they're so inconsistent with it. I mean, and the tape doesn't lie. So you got to be consistent with it, but you got to have something there. The part I don't like, Raff, if you brought that up, I don't like when you throw a guy out. I just don't. I don't get that, man. I don't get that. You know, then he's gone. If you throw him out that game, that's fine. Okay, it is what it is, or that quarter. But throw him out for the next. Throw him out for the next half of the half of the next game. If it happened in the second half, knock him out the first half. It's just so much inconsistent. Just make the freaking call right. And if you do blow it, to your point, AG, those refs need to have repercussions.
Yeah, they do.
And make it public.
What would you guys change? Raff, go ahead.
No, I'm sticking to just getting rid of it altogether. Sorry, but if you can't be consistent with it, why do you have it? You're just gonna penalize a team. Like you penalized Arizona State by having I forgot his name, but man, he made a heck of an impact in the second half with his play. You sat him out. The safety that had to sit out
number 7.
Samari,
okay.
Samari
the player, yeah.
So he had to sit out the first half. So you penalized Arizona State. But then we get to the end of the game, which that call impacts the game greatly, and you don't make that call. So I understand you need that call, but if you're not making it, it's not consistent. It shouldn't be there, period, if you're not going to be consistent with it. That's where I'm at with it. Does it need to be there for player safety? Yeah, I agree with that. But if you're not going to make the call, then you might as well not even have it at all. If it's like, well, we're not going to call it when the game's on the line, but when, but then like Nate Gary makes a tackle in a bowl game, and it's like, oh, the game didn't mean nothing. So, so it's like, you just can't have it if you're not going to make the call consistently. Like we've seen it over the last 5 years, how we'd see a helmet shot and we'd be like, oh yeah, he's out of the game for sure. And now the last year, like me and AD and Nick, AG, when you watch games now, you see a call, you see a helmet hit, and you're like, oh, he's got to be out of the game. And they come back like, oh, nope, he's not out of the game. And you're like, what? So what is targeting? If you don't know what it is, you just can't. So they might as well just get rid of it. Because no one knows what it is. It's foolish.
Well, you just got to get down to the nuts and bolts of it. So you got to reinforce it to the referees. You got to put out a discipline, like I mentioned before. There's a they get demoted or they get penalized for not being on certain referee staffs, because referee staffs, just like players, they get incentives if they call a good game. They could be on a staff, NFL wise or college wise, eventually work the Super Bowl or work the national title game, and those are rewards because they get paid more money. And so taking that away or reinforcing it where, hey, if you call a good game, being honest and not trying to narrate things, then you get this award, but you got to do it right. And so I say you got to go down to the nuts and bolts of it, where you basically going to keep these guys accountable, regardless of who is supposed to be playing or in the game or whatever, off of one player or two players being out of the game that might cause the effect of winning or losing. So this can't be the deciding factor in that. They can't do that. They just got to call it the game.
When you go back to that, though, then you also got to realize too that call is being made from the booth, and they had a chance to go back and watch the replay of it several times. So what did they see? That's the confusing part for me is like Nick sent the screenshot. It was helmet to helmet.
Yeah, no, anybody can see that.
Here's
you just
where
got to reinforce. That's it.
I kind of land on it. I think we can always make changes and amendments to rules. If we want to change the targeting rule, I think this is where I kind of land on it. You could create a tiered system, similar to like the flagrant calls in basketball.
Oh boy!
Create a flagrant 1 and a flagrant 2 in targeting. Like yesterday could have been a clear flagrant 1, and the guy can stay in the game, but it can be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. It doesn't have to be so egregious. There's more targeting calls that there's different levels is what I'm trying to get at. You can clearly look at some of them and say, this guy launched, he left he unloaded all of his body weight on top of this dude. It was clear helmet to helmet. There was clear intent there. But then yesterday, from a defensive, like we had an argument again from Corey, and I completely agree with this from Corey, where I got to find it earlier. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. Okay, so it says absolutely you can lead with the shoulder, but if you want to play the game in the heat of the moment, the running back can lead with his shoulder instead of the head too. It's ridiculous that it's only expected of the defender when they are both going for the same ball. I get that. So like yesterday, in my eyes, would have been a perfect flagrant one. It could have been 15 yards. The guy stays in the game, but then there's other situations to where it's a flagrant 2. You're always going to have subjectivity in the game. That's the human element of having human referees. It's the same deal that baseball is going through right now between balls and strikes to a lesser degree. Is do you want it to be perfect all the time, or do you want to keep some of the human element in the game? College football is always going to have subjectivity in it, and it sucks that it has to be that way, but it does. So how can you make it the most not only friendly and helpful to the defensive players, but also the offensive guys? Yesterday, you know what? It was Sam Levitt probably shouldn't have thrown that ball because it was a hospital ball, and the guy was defenseless, but it wasn't. The defender was just trying to make a play on it. By the current rule of targeting, it should have been targeting. But in the new landscape, I would have been perfectly fine with saying, you know what? That's in the heat of the moment type of play. The dude didn't. I mean, he launched at him. It's a flagrant 1, 15 yards, automatic first down, but the DB can stay in the game.
Easy.
Well, we all know.
Just fine them. Start finding them.
They make money now.
So you have like this third string safety at the end of the game get fined $15,000 and he's only making like $2,000.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm selling the truck. It's like Nick, like you
You'll
said
think twice next time.
Yeah, old dad 34. You're right. It's like Nick said. ESPN controls rules. ESPN dun and that's kind of goes with down. We could talk about that.
They lost to Alabama. They lost. Yeah. The guys. If this was a 4-team playoff this year, look at the top 4 seeds. One SEC team. Yeah. One SEC team in it.
49-20 before we get to the Georgia Notre Dame game. He goes, guys, this is, first of all, good morning to you. He goes, guys, this is critical that college football gets this right. You have the cameras to get it correct. Exactly. You have the cameras to get it correct most of the time. Get better people in the booth. Great conversation. Steve, we appreciate you, man. We totally agree that they got to fix this thing, man. When we come back, folks, we will give our predictions for Notre Dame and Ohio State and for Georgia. And there's some deep discussion on that right there because I think this game is going to be very interesting. But then again, I thought Ohio State, Oregon was going to be interesting. So who knows until they play it on the field. Folks, we'll be right back with our last segment. It's The Drive, 937 The Ticket.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henry's at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Allow me to get a bit sappy. For women, jewelry isn't just a gift. It's a timeless symbol of love and appreciation. You have to get this right. No fleeting trends or gadgets will make the impact. Every time she wears it, every time she gets a compliment, you win. Trust me, guys. you'll get your money worth. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henry's at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you can trust.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of snow this morning. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies with a high around 35. Tonight, increasing clouds with a low around 20. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies with light winds and a high around 30. I'm meteorologist Kyle Puckett for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
New year, new you? Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping can help make sure you keep that resolution this time. Our proven system combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition, along with our expert coaching to make sure you're moving forward toward your goals. The next 10-week challenge starts January 11th, but if you enroll now, you can start today and get a head start on those gains for no extra cost. Plus, head to fxblincoln.com and you can save $100. Don't wait. Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has added new strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today, and you can be one of the first to try it out. We're raising the bar with new benches, and our new hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all of the best-in-class equipment we've always had, with most clubs open 24 hours, so you can work out your way on your time. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 10th. See Home Club for details.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Are you a veteran looking for a new companion animal? A dog, a cat, or maybe something else? The Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs Vets Get Pets program can cover up to $350 of your pet adoption fees. Visit veterans.nebraska.gov/vetsgetpets to learn more about program requirements and how to apply. Want to help support the program? Get your Vets Get Pets specialty license plates from the Nebraska DMV. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, last segment for January 2nd. AG, who you taking, man? Notre Dame Fighting Irish. You going with the Georgia Bulldogs with their backup quarterback at 3 p.m. kickoff. Who you rolling with, AG?
Ooh, man, you put me on the spot right away. I was just looking into the stats and the cover or the over under and all that stuff. I say just shooting from the hip right now. I want to go Georgia because I just like the feistiness of the team. I've seen a few of their games. I've seen a few Notre Dame games too. So, but I like the fight and the competitiveness with the SEC team right there. So Georgia Bulldogs for me.
Georgia. Georgia's on AG's mind. Raff, what about you, my man?
I'm going with the Bobby Dodd Coach of the Year, Marcus Freeman.
Yep.
I feel that Georgia not having their starting quarterback is going to hamper them a little bit on the offensive side of the ball. Jeremiah Love, Riley Leonard, Irish, Nick, smile on his face.
Yeah, Nick, we got Rico filling in. Rico, what about you, man? Rico, who you going with on this, bro?
I don't know, man. This is a tough one. I think Notre Dame has looked really good as of late. Georgia's Georgia, and they have the athletes all over the field, but it is tough without your starting quarterback. I think the other pieces will be enough for them. I think Georgia gets it done. I would like to see Notre Dame win, but I think Georgia gets it done.
You know, I'm going to say this for both teams. First of all, and I think Coach Bush was talking about this morning a little bit, and I was thinking about 9/11. Obviously, this wasn't the magnitude of a 9/11 that took place, but lives were lost. Wasn't 2,000 plus that took place. But I just think about when tragedies have taken place, and we've used sports as somewhat of a balm to help us kind of deal with these things, or at least a distraction for a few hours. I think about both Freeman and Kirby both having to get your players realigned again mentally. You know, I know Georgia, one of their alumni, one of their students was impacted by this, was injured in the terrorist attack that took place there in New Orleans. So, you know, you're getting yourself mentally play a game yesterday, and then you're sleeping. You have all day yesterday. You're going to have, you know, at least half the day for the most part before you take the field again. I think the players, for the most part, and AG, obviously, you need to be a former athlete at the highest level. I think players bounce back pretty quick when it's time to dial in. In fact, I think the game is a good thing for them to get this off of their mind for a while, for both parts. Getting the players realigned and play this again. With all that being said, and again, I wanted to give a shout out to those coaches and both of those programs for dealing with something this, and the first responders that are down there. AG, obviously, your big brother, was been law enforcement for years. Just law enforcement, and those guys trying to keep people protected in such a wide open environment. I had no problems with them rescheduling this game whatsoever. You were still going to have, if they would have this game yesterday, there were people from both sides, and I was glad to see the majority say, hey, this is still a game at the end of the day. We're dealing with a crime scene still. If they would have had that game yesterday, 7:30 kickoff would have been, 6:30, whatever it would have been. You're still processing a crime scene as far as that goes. And then
a federal crime scene.
Exactly, AD. Great point. A federal crime scene. You're trying to protect the integrity of the investigation, but then you're going to have thousands and thousands trying to pour into that same area. Sometimes you got to protect athletes from themselves and the sport from itself. It's like, no, we should not be having a game in the middle of a crime scene right now. If it was somewhere clear across the city, that I understand it. They're in the same environment, So anyway, the game's at 3:00 today. So kudos to those coaches and those players that are getting out there to do that. Man, I don't know why, but I just think the Notre Dame and Freeman, those guys, I think the best thing that happened to them was losing to Northern Illinois earlier this year. I think they're on a mission. If Georgia has Carson Beck, if he's starting, I think it's a little different. But I think Notre Dame is just playing on a different realm right now. We'll see, but I'm taking Notre Dame by 7. I'm going 27-20 with Notre Dame.
There you go.
That is mine. Raff, what do you got for the RGT, my man?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's good take. Yesterday, it just kicked to the chest a little bit. And you see a lot of hate in this world and stuff like that. And one of the things that I do is when I see a bunch of hate in the world, I fall back to people that I know that there's still a lot of greatness in this world. And I just wanted to highlight some of those people. You got the link to literacy people. You got Kat, Tiffany over there doing great things. You got Stephanie Merritt, Woven Charm, doing great things. You got Dominique, Boys and Girls Club, doing amazing things. John Goodwin at the Malone Center. You got Kendall always giving out cars and stuff like that, helping the community. You got Charlie Colon always doing great things. Ricky Simmons always motivating, doing his thing. You got Des Moines and Ash. You got Tom Osborne, Nancy Osborne, and teammates doing their thing. So I know there's a lot of bad in this world. I get that. But remember, there are a lot of great, great, great people fighting for the good in this world. And I always believe that the good will overcome. So everybody out there doing the great things, your Raff's good take.
Raff, well said and spot on, man. There is more good than evil that's going on in this world, depending on what we choose to look at. The 80 Attitude Adjustment is sponsored by the Body Lab. The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, offers everything from physical therapy, trigger point dry needling, a cold plunge tub, or infrared sauna. Learn more, schedule your appointment with Rachel and her amazing team today online at thebodylablnk.com or visit them at 14th and Yankee Hill here in Lincoln. Folks, the 80 Attitude Adjustment is this, and I'm going to basically go off the theme that Rav said. Folks, kindness is not hard. Kindness is not a hard thing to do. It's simply open a door for someone. It's a simple smile. It's a simple gesture. Sometimes it's just letting somebody get over when they have the blinker on and you got that spot. I mean, it's just simple things that we can do to show kindness. Just simple things, folks. I know the year started off with tragedy, but we can always change how we treat people in our daily lives, the people that are close to us. People always say, how do you change the world? By treating the person next to you with kindness as much as you can. What we can do.
Yep.
AG, what you got, my man?
Nothing at all. Y'all said it all very well. This is basically, it's not hard to do it. I do it every day. You know, I'm in a big city. I'm in traffic. I'm always letting people over. Not giving a heck about it. Just saying, hey, move on. So it's not hard. Like Raff said, it's not hard to give a smile, give a help, lend a hand.
Absolutely.
Keep it as that.
Love it. Love it. Raff, take us home, my man.
All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Remember, be nice to each other, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team